One of my biggest feedback or bash online is that I really look different from before. So I kind of want to come clean. And can you tell them or like inform them what I had done to my face?
I think, Kylie, one of the things they're really very interested with is, did you have your lips done? I think that's one of the most common questions.
That is so true,
right?
Doc.
They're always at your lips and your nose. They're asking.
But I did.
Exactly. So I think let's tell them. Let's tell them the truth. So Kylie did not have her nose done. This is
No,
natural.
guys, this is natural.
This is hers. This is genetic. Lips.
Hi, Doc.
Hi, Kylie.
Okay, I am so excited that you're here today. So when I just started first the podcast, I was kind of listing out one of my guests, and immediately you were on my list because you are one of the most trusted voices in beauty and aesthetic, and a trusted voice already in beauty. So I really wanted you to be here, and you're also very inspiring to so many people building businesses, having a great relationship, family. So I wanted you here on the podcast. So thank you so much for accepting my invite, Doc.
Ay, nako, Kylie, thank you for having me. I mean, I've been watching you and
Oh,
your
thank you.
podcast as well. And I'm so inspired by you because
Aw.
I see how hard working you are.
Thank you, Doc.
And you're also doing a lot of things. You're also as inspiring. Actually, you are the perfect person
Wow.
to have a podcast.
I'm gonna cry now. Okay, wait.
No, it's true. And I love the title, Almost Honest.
Oh, thank you
It's
so much,
catchy,
Doc.
and I just love it. It's so you.
Thank you, Doc. When I remember like you or hanging out with you, we always have the best like Christmas parties. We always have the best time with the ambassadors. I remember this video. We can plug this in, but I'm walking down the stairs and I don't do karaoke, Doc, but I am like walking down the stairs singing to a Dua Lipa song. So we have the best time.
I remember that. That was 2 Christmases ago. And it was just an intimate small group that we had. But that was so fun. And I realized how important it is to be around people
Yeah.
who inspire you, people who you get along with, and people you work with, both inside the clinic and outside the clinic. And I love how our relationship has really grown and blossomed from the many years when you first started going to the
Oh
Aivee
my
Clinic.
goodness.
Diba? Parang ang
That
dami
is
nangyari na.
Tama, Doc. Okay, so guys, Dr. and Ivy and I have been with Ivy for so many years, 6, 7 years. And my team hates me when I say this, but you have seen me go through all my faces and faces. They are gonna roast me for this, but no, you have seen me go through all my faces and through all my faces of womanhood, right?
Yeah, definitely, Kylie. I've seen you in different phases, different relationships, and also,
That is true.
your evolution
Thank
to who
you.
you are right now. I've
Thank
seen
you.
how you started. I've seen how you've grown as a person, as a woman, as an artist, as a influencer, as an actress, as a future probably wife. And a mother. And I'm excited to be being part of your journey.
No, thank you, Doc. I
And-
really appreciate it. But I'm so flattered. But this podcast, I want to focus on you and the woman behind the empire that you built.
Ay, grabe. Empire ba talaga?
Empire talaga siya. So you have 6, 7 branches of Ivy now. You
Yes.
have luxury pets. You have Ivy Skin. You have Kelly Devices. What makes you, like, what keeps you going?
Kylie, from young, I've always been a very hardworking and diligent person. I always feel that we should make the most of our life and we should not just relax and take life too easy. We should have an ambition, a dream, a purpose
Yeah.
in life. And I guess my work ethic from young, from school to medical school to residency training, have always been working hard and pushing myself and making sure that I do the best that I can in whatever I do or give my 100%. So I guess it's really something that I have inside of me.
Yeah.
And it also helps that I have married an equally capable person, Z, who has been with me throughout this journey, and I'm so happy to be building something together. And so I think that makes that, and of course, my kids, they've always been my inspiration to work hard and push myself because I want to give the best and opportunities for them as well.
I find that so beautiful. Talk to me about how important is it to be together or married with an equally as important driven partner? How does that affect the way you are? Like how has it changed you as a person?
You know, Kylie, diba, they said choosing your life partner is the most important decision you
Yeah.
have to make in your life. And I guess I'm so fortunate because I made a very, very good and important decision, and I did it right. Choosing Z as my life partner has been one of the most significant and important milestone in my life. And I think what is really special about our relationship is when I met Z, I actually chose to be with him because of love, not because of what my future will be. I did not overthink it. It was like I married him because I love him, and I feel that I can build a life with him wherever it's gonna be. I mean, our life was very. At the time, we didn't know what's gonna happen. We were from two different countries with two different cultures. We had different careers, and we didn't know where we're gonna live, how we're gonna, what careers we're gonna have. So everything was unsure then. But the only thing I was sure was that I loved him and I want to build a life with him. And I think going back to your question, I feel that sometimes in life, you cannot overthink also, because when you overthink, things don't happen the way it is. I think in life, you have to go with the flow sometimes and embrace the opportunities that come our way and just make the most out of it. And I guess that's what happened with me and Z. It was not perfect for us. We had to have a long distance relationship. We had a long distance marriage. Even after we got married and had kids, we were still living in two different countries. So it was challenging from the
Oh
start.
wow.
Yeah, I had my first son, and Z. I was with here in the Philippines with our first son, and Z was still living in Singapore, and we would shuttle back and forth between Singapore and Manila for the weekend. Either I go to Singapore with my son, bringing my son with me, taking like a midnight flight or a red eye flight, taking budget
Oh
airlines.
wow. I didn't know this.
Yes, it was
Like
a struggle.
yeah.
It wasn't a bed of roses for us. And even Z, he would fly to Manila just for the weekend, take budget airline also. I mean, we started
Like
um,
humble
humble
beginnings,
beginnings,
really.
super. As in everything that we started with was from our own money. We invested in a small condo. We started the first Aivee Clinic with our own money. So everything was really from humble beginnings. Everything was from scratch. And the geographical difference was also equally challenging, and the cultural difference was also challenging.
Did you ever think, coming from humble beginnings, that you were gonna get this big? Or I just want to ask, like, what was the moment you were like, okay, I think we made it. I think Aivee Clinic is a thing already. Was there ever a moment you're like, okay,
Well, when you start from humble beginnings, everything is like, wow.
an achievement?
Yes, everything is an achievement because you started everything from scratch. But I guess when I opened my first Aivee Clinic in 2009, and people started coming, and people I don't know started referring patients to me, and people started saying, like people I don't know saying, oh, you're Dr. Aivee, I know you. I think parang wow, they actually know me. I
Yeah.
actually am making a difference. So I guess that was the time when I felt that people are starting to recognize me, or when I go to the airport, or when I walk, people say hi to me. People say, oh, hi, Dr. Aivee. I mean, that's something new to me. I mean, I didn't expect that at all. So
So it
that's
was,
something like wow, for a big wow for me.
did you ever think the Ivy Clinic was going to be this big?
Kylie, no, not at all. Truth to be told, I'm not a super ambitious kind of person. Um, I never expected anything from life. My motto in life is just do your best, and everything will go back to you, or God will do the rest. I always believe that in everything I do, I have to give my 100%, and I feel that eventually the universe will give it back to you. And so when all these things happened, it was something I did not expect. In fact, it's something that I feel responsible for, because when God give you blessings, I think you have to take care of it, and you have to make sure you're a good steward of it. So I try to give my best because I want to take care of what the blessings that's been given to me for the past many years.
I find that so beautiful. I just want to know what made you position. Can you define to me, like, how did you position Aivee in a field of so many other beauty clinics? Like, what makes it really different? I know I have an answer, but I want to hear from you. What makes it really different?
You know, Kylie, I remember in 2009 when we first opened the Aivee Clinic, because before that, my practice was mostly hospital based. And in 2009, I was given the opportunity to open my own Aivee Clinic, and that happened organically. That was not really planned. In 2007, after I gave birth to my first son, I was invited by a colleague who's also a dermatologist who's opening her own clinic in BGC to join her. It was only a 100 square meter clinic joined by a cosmetic dentist, and two dermatologists. And when I said yes to her, I didn't think much of it. I just said, okay, let's try. Bahala na. Let's see what's going to happen. But then after I gave birth to my son and I came home to Manila and I started working in that clinic, I became so busy. I think one of my first patients at the time was Gretchen Barreto.
Oh, so you actually started with a big one, Doc. You
Well,
started with a star already.
well, at the time I was so flattered because she was looking for a dermatologist and she
Uh-huh.
wanted to see me. But the good thing about Gretchen is she's so generous. You know, she would share her treatments with everybody. She would bring friends with her. That the clinic became so
Oh,
busy
wow.
that there was a long queue, and it was only a 100 square meter clinic, and people were coming and people were waiting for me for their treatments, that we had to open a bigger clinic because we had to accommodate more patients. And that's when Z, one of those times while I was in the clinic and Z was home for the weekend, he was waiting for me for hours in McDonald's, and he was saying, my goodness, you're so busy, why are you staying in a small
You should
clinic? You should
expand.
have a bigger clinic. And of course, Z as a visionary, as an entrepreneur, he said we should open a bigger clinic. And at the time, you know, BGC was still
Not
not like
even a
this.
thing, Doc.
Yes, there were hardly any buildings.
Yeah.
There were only very few clinics. And so we looked for a space, and he found this 450 square meter clinic. And he was like, you should open here. And I was like, that's so big. I can't do that.
Rent
That's
is
too much.
expensive. You know, the typical questions that girls have.
I know, and the pressure was huge for me. But Z said, you know, just build it and they will come. And they did come. And so yeah, that's how it all started.
I love that. It's such an inspiring story, Doc. And now you have, to me, one of the most beautiful clinics, premium experience. And I think that's what makes it different.
Yes. Actually, when in 2009, there was a gap in the aesthetic dermatology field because most clinics were very clinical. You know, very
Yeah.
transactional, very like
Go in,
medical.
out.
Yes, it's just like it's all about the treatments, but it was not about the experience. And I think what set us apart from the other clinics back then, or we were one of the first to actually combine patient experience with medical treatments, right? And I guess that I remember that 2009 Ivy Clinic Fort was 450 square meters with lush and plush curtains. It was like high ceiling. It was like a French boudoir. So you were like transported to a different place. And I think at the time people were so fascinated because it was the first of its kind. And I guess that's when the interest came. And so I would get interviews from newspapers, magazines. And that time, social media was not a thing yet. It was not so big yet. So it was all about print. And so I started getting invited to be featured like Woman of Style and Substance. I was being interviewed about my practice, about what I'm doing. So I guess at that time, it was something new and something different. So we created something unique and something
Yes.
special, and I guess that's really what set us apart then. And now, um, you always have to evolve and you always have to bring something new. That's why every time we open a new clinic, we always have to think, wait, what can we bring to the table? What else can we show people? I mean, we have to be different. We can't just be the same. We have to be relevant. We have to evolve. So that's always been something we always have to think about, and I feel that's our responsibility.
I love that you talk about evolution. We don't also, I also see it as evolving as a person, but also evolving as a business. I find that so interesting that you don't just rest on your achievements, on your laurels, but you still want to keep on evolving. So I find that so commendable, Doc.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel that when we start evolving and we stop growing, that's when I think you think that you have everything and that there's nothing else to do. Then what's there? I mean, I think that there's no more impetus to grow or to be better. And I feel that we should always think that there's always something out there that we can do.
That is so
that we're
true.
always challenged. Right.
No, that is so true. Okay, our next segment, Doc, is something more about let's talk about basic aesthetics. Because I have a lot of friends or just people who go around and they ask me, what are the best things to do? And I'm scared to do this. Or do you think this is okay? So I want to ask you some basic questions on beauty or aesthetics, and feel free to answer them the best way possible. It's a bit a lot, but I'm going to try to cut it down as much as I can.
Sure.
Okay. So, Doc, what is the most requested treatment now, this 2026?
Most requested treatment. I think a lot of people are into skin boosters now.
Oh, okay.
I'm skin boosters are a thing now. Have you heard of salmon sperm DNA?
Yes,
Right?
I have been wanting to try it. I've been wanting to try it. I've seen the Hollywood celebrities.
Yes. Kim Kardashian
Yeah.
made it very popular. In Korea, it's such a trend now. It's like having that glassy, glowing Korean poreless skin. And I think one of the treatments that people want to do is really the PDRN or the skin boosters.
How is it different from filler, Doc?
Well, they're very different because fillers are volumizing. So basically, if you have lost volume, whether either you lost weight or with aging, you lose volume. So you replace the volume. Or if you just want to add or enhance like your lips or your nose or your chin, so that's fillers. When we say skin boosters, they're not volumizing, but they're just improving your skin quality, making your skin younger and more vibrant and more supple. So they're very, very different. So they're technically, a lot of people are comfortable with skin boosters because they feel that it's not changing the way they look.
Yeah.
So it's just enhancing or refining, but it's not altering their look. So that's why I think a lot of people are interested because across all ages, even patients as young as in their 20s are doing it.
I love that. Talk to me about how early is too early to get started with your beauty journey.
You know, Kylie, truth to be told, the age where your collagen is at its peak is in our 20s, in our mid 20s. But as you go to your late 20s or early 30s, you lose collagen at least 1% per year. So, having said that, we have to start doing treatments in our late 20s or 30s. Now, I don't think there's any age that's too young because, I have teenage kids now. I have a 13-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy. My 14-year-old boy is like, Mommy, I have an acne. I mean, I'm so conscious already. And they're so vain now, the kids now, because of social media,
Yeah, because
right?
of what they see online and on TikTok and socials. What do you say, Doc, if your daughter is like, Mom, I want to have this done? Are you like, Anak, don't do that yet? Or like, I want to, what do
Well,
you
it
say?
really depends on the treatment that they want to have done. Like, for example, my daughter who's 13, she just wants hydration because her skin is so dry. So after a trip, and I don't tell them to visit, it's on their own. Mommy, can I go to the clinic? I need the jet infusion treatment because my skin is so dry.
I love the jet
I
infusion.
know, and
treatment.
they're very conscious about their skin and about their skincare because now we have these Sephora kids. They're into makeup, they're into skincare. They know their skin, they know what to do. They read a lot, they watch YouTubes. So they're very, very interested. So for me, it's really about treating or giving the right treatment to the right person at the right age.
Okay.
So, for example, if you're in your teens and you have acne, of course you have to have it treated because you don't want them to end up having acne scars. But of course, if my 13-year-old daughter is asking for a lip filler, that's of course a no-no, right?
Okay.
So it really depends on the treatment, and it has to be age appropriate.
Okay, I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, Doc, for someone, let's say on their late 20s or early 20s, who is just starting their beauty journey, what is the first thing you assess? And what if they just go to you and be like, Doc, gusto ko lang gumanda?
Okay, well, definitely I get that a lot. A lot of patients.
You get that? Is that the usual? Like, Doc, I
Yes.
don't know, I just gusto ko lang gumanda.
A lot of them will say, gusto kong gumanda, or gusto ko ng glow up,
Yes.
or I just want to look fresh, I don't want to look tired. So that's a lot of patients, and I do this day in and day out. I consult patients, and this is their most common concern. Sometimes they really don't know what they want. They just want to look good
Yeah.
and fresh.
Or I look different from before because they're looking at their old photos, right?
Yes. And so, yes, the first thing I do is to assess them. And for me, it's important to assess the skin because the skin quality is very important. And of course, as a dermatologist, that's my training. So, kailangan magandang skin. So, we have to assess for pigment, for discoloration, for texture, the pores. And also, of course, we have to take into consideration if there's any fine lines or wrinkles. So, syempre, we have to do a proper skin analysis kasi kailangan naman backed by science ang ating mga recommendation. So, we do a proper skin analysis, we discuss it with them, and then we recommend the treatments for them. And of course, I think importante rin is the balance and the proportion and the symmetry of the face, right?
Okay. Actually, Doc, talk to me about that. Like, what are the common things that like estheticians do wrong? Talk to me about how important balance and symmetry is in the face.
Oh, definitely. Kasi, our face is, kailangan ng face natin, there's what we call the upper third, the middle third, and the lower third of our face. Diba? Kailangan balance yan para you look good. I mean, you don't have to exactly have the best features, but if everything is balanced and proportionate, actually, it looks really, maganda ka na, and you will really look your best. So we always tell them, first, we have to make sure that, kasi sometimes when you forget the balance and the proportion, it gets overdone. Diba? Sometimes they want their lips to be too big. Hindi naman
Yes.
bagay kasi maiksi yung chin.
Yes.
Or sometimes, they want their face to be V-shaped pero kulang sa chin. Or they want their nose to be too high. Hindi naman bagay kasi it doesn't fit the Asian proportion or the Asian facial features. So, importante talaga that we have a very good consultation and a very good assessment. And we have to inform the patient what we feel is appropriate for them. Of course, sometimes they will insist with what they want, but I feel that if you have a very good communication with your patients and you understand their needs and you listen to their needs and they also listen to you and to your advice, I think we can get the best results with that.
Would you say beauty is balance?
Oh, definitely. Beauty is about balance. Beauty is about proportion. Beauty is about symmetry. Beauty is about not overdoing it. Beauty is just doing it right and doing what's best for that particular person.
I love that, Doc. Thank you for clarifying. And that was one of the first things I learned about, beauty and symmetry. Like you can't just do one thing, but you have to see how it affects the whole facial harmony.
Yeah, I mean, Kylie, you're Miss International. You know what beauty
Yeah, but
is.
Doc, I haven't looked like this the whole time,
Look at Kylie. I mean,
Yeah, but guys, you guys have been so mean to me recently. But you know what? Later, I'm gonna ask Doc everything that I've done. Let's see. I don't know.
Perfect
I
example
don't know
of balance, diba, and proportion. I feel.
But thank you, Doc. Okay, to someone who says, I like takot ako sa needles. Like I'm scared of needles. What do you recommend them?
Again, I get that a lot.
You get that also a lot?
A lot. A lot of patients will tell me, Doktora ha, okay ako with everything. I can do devices, lasers. Ayoko lang ng needles. And you know what I tell them? It's fine. Beautification or aesthetic treatments is a journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. We're not here for the short term, but we're here for the long term. We have to do the journey according to what you're comfortable with. So, you start with skincare, a good skincare. Start with like lasers that are just light. There's no downtime, no redness. Something that will make them feel comfortable. Start them with a treatment that's not painful.
Okay.
And then when they enjoy the journey, when they feel like, oh, it's not so scary or it's not so daunting or I'm not going to look artificial, then slowly and gradually they're more accepting to do injectables. They're more accepting to do more treatments, and they trust you more. And I think that's important. Once you force them to do treatments that they're not comfortable with, they're not gonna come back. They're not gonna enjoy their journey, and they're
Yeah.
gonna get traumatized. And at the end of the day, we don't want that. We want patients to be comfortable, to do it at their own pace, and to be able to enjoy the journey with you and to stay with you, right?
I like how you see it, Doc. You take it one step at a time.
Definitely.
You know, it's
Slowly but surely.
slowly but
right?
surely.
Hindi
It's so
pwedeng
funny.
ipilit.
When I'm like scared, I'm like, okay, Kylie Jenner has been through this.
I know.
In my head, I'm like, okay lang. Like, they go through this.
Yes.
Do you
And
think-
and I think it as what you said, I think the fact that we're posting and we're showing these treatments and that you're doing it, Heart is doing it, Bea's doing it, they feel that, oh, if they're doing it, I can do
Yes.
it. And they look good. You guys look so natural.
You know what I actually like? You kind of made it cool to go to the derma
Oh, wow.
and to do these treatments. Like, it's not shameful anymore, because let's say in the US they don't show these things, but here it's like cool. Like, I'm happy, these are the treatments I'm getting. You kind of made it like there's no shame in getting these treatments.
Agree. And I'm so happy that that's the mindset of people right now, that it's okay to do treatments. It's okay to empower yourself. As long as it gives you confidence, it makes you feel better as a person. It's important that we take care of ourselves. And self-love this is part of self-love, right? And I feel that you guys are doing a good job by being so open about it, by sharing your experiences. It's helping a lot of girls, a lot of women out there to also feel that, I want to be Kylie. I want to be Heart. I want to be their idols. And you guys are inspiring them and seeing that they look good, they look natural, they look like they're not doing anything, and they just look fresh. And I think that's what everybody wants now, just to look fresh and as natural as it can be. And people not knowing that they're doing something if they're not open to it, but very natural looking.
I love that you say natural looking. Can you talk to me a little bit about this whole natural looking? And I feel like this 2026 or even end of 2025, people have been gearing towards this more natural looking. Like, good work is, undetectable work.
Exactly. I think, well, of course, there are people who want to like transform themselves, but majority of people now, I would say 80% of my patients just want to look natural, want to look refined, want to look good, but without any trace that they did something. I think the reason being is because people feel that you don't want to look like everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? You want to look unique. You want to be the best version of
Yes.
yourself, but you want to stand out as yourself. Not because I want to look exactly like this person or everybody looks the same. I think there has been a trend before where everybody looks the same
I know.
already.
Like, they have the same, like,
Same
big
eye,
lips, same
yes.
lips, same cheeks.
Yes. And so there was a need to conform to how everybody should look like. But I think now people are owning to their own beauty. People are appreciating their own features, but they just want to look better, and they just want to be the better version of themselves.
I super love that, Doc. What can you say to these people who are like, you know what, you should stay natural? And I get this a lot, Doc. Parang, why did she even touch her face? She was already beautiful. What do you have to say to those people?
I always tell them that looking natural doesn't mean you're not going to do anything, right? It doesn't mean that you're just going to let nature and age just do its natural course, diba? Hindi naman dapat ganon. Like, we have to be proactive in making sure that we make the most of ourselves. It's not only about beauty, Kylie. It's about eating right. It's about
Yes.
exercising. It's about sleeping well. It's about being conscious of what you put in your body, right? So, hindi lang naman siya all about vanity and all about beautification. It's also about taking care of yourself, taking care of your God-given gift, which is yourself, making sure that you're optimizing your body to its best. And I feel that aging gracefully is not just not being proactive or what we call prejuvenation. It's it could also be preventing aging before it actually happens. And you don't have to do so many things. I mean, you have to do what you're comfortable with, and no one should judge. I think kailangan it has to be to each his own, whatever you're comfortable, as long as you're not hurting yourself, you're not overdoing it, you're not getting obsessed by it, you're not letting it affect your life, and it being everything that actually only matters to you. As long as you're balancing it with a healthy lifestyle, and you know what you want, I think, I think all of us have to be responsible for ourselves.
I love the way you approach things. It's not just one part, but the whole holistic journey of it. I love that. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
I want to talk about, actually, you already answered all the questions. Like, I don't have to ask anything, but maybe just like small technical ones. But people are asking, like, is Botox really necessary?
Honestly, Kylie, it's really, for me, if there is an available technology, why should we not embrace it? Right? I mean, just like our phones, if now we from before, we're so used to everything in print, now it's everything's online. You know, the world is evolving, and
That
if
is
there,
so true.
right,
So quick,
and
especially
we have
with
to adapt,
AI.
diba?
Super.
So parang we should not be scared of all these new developments or new treatments, just like Botox. I mean, why should we be scared of it? As long as it's done right, as long as it's done naturally, and you don't look scary, I don't think that we should shy or be against a technology or a treatment. Right? I think we should embrace something that will make us look better or make us feel better about ourselves.
What is something that people can go to and they're like instantly makes them feel better right away? Like something that will make them look fresh and expensive. Is there just one treatment or would you recommend a few?
I mean, if there's one treatment for me that's cost effective, I have to say it's botulinum toxin.
Oh,
Definitely. Because, that's why I'm not against it. And I feel that people don't know, people are scared of it because they see like botch jobs on online. So they're scared of it. But actually, if done right, you will actually get good results. And the results are immediate. And it's not anymore so expensive. It's very affordable. And you get instant results.
okay.
Yeah. So that would be Botox.
Doc, what about, I've been seeing this online, but microneedling, it's been kind of under hot waters. Is it true what I'm seeing online that it's not FDA approved? Like, what do you have to say?
RF microneedling is FDA approved.
Okay.
It's actually, there's so many RF microneedling that are available now, and they have all been done with studies, evidence based, backed by science. So I feel that it's one treatment that's actually very good. And also, the good thing about it is it's not so painful and it's effective as well. And it gives good results. So I find that RF microneedling is an important part of our maintenance for anti-aging, aside from the fact that it causes tightening, it also improves skin tone, pores, skin quality. So para siyang jack of all trades, marami siyang nagagawa.
Okay. Actually, I love that. That's one of my favorite
You've done it, right,
treatments.
Kylie?
I love it.
Yes.
It's called the Clarity
Yes,
treatment, and
yes.
I do it as much as I can once a month.
Yes.
And I love its effects on my skin.
And sometimes with treatments, it's actually the patients who actually know what works for them.
Yes.
So you don't actually have to tell them or force it to them. They will actually come back if they like the treatment and the results. So for me, it's important for the patients to try it. And we cannot, and of course, treatments it's not one size fits all. It has to be customized. So you know what works for your skin. We can actually recommend, but eventually you know what's good for your skin and you know what works. So I love the fact that you love it and you find it effective. And for me, that's the best validation when a treatment is good. It's from the patients themselves.
I absolutely love that. And I have you to thank for my skin talk. Like, we've been through so much. Okay, so what if someone goes to you and it's their big day soon? They're getting married, they have a birthday party, or they have a special event abroad. What is the treatment plan you would recommend them?
Well, definitely, a lot of Asians.
Does it vary?
Yes, definitely. It depends on the patient, right? We can't say just one treatment. Of course, it has to depend on what is the I mean, who the patient is in front of you and what her concerns are. But in general, I think a lot of Asians, we have big faces or round faces. And one of the treatment that I would really recommend to achieve a nice symmetry would be a facial contouring treatment, like our high intensity focus ultrasound.
Oh, I tried that.
Yes.
Is it called HIFU or
Yes,
like
HIFU.
Ulthera?
Yes, exactly. So
Okay.
I think that's one
I
treatment that
actually
works.
love that. It really like slimmed my face down.
Diba? Kasi I feel that when your face is V-shaped or contoured, it really affects the whole look. Everything just looks thinner. Like, kasi when your face is big, everything expands. Diba? Parang your lips are
Yeah.
too big, your nose are wide, your eyes are small. But when your face becomes smaller, parang everything just pops out. All your features just become enhanced. That's why I like the combination of high intensity focus ultrasound with Botox, especially those with very, very square jaw. I feel that really works very well. That's one of my favorite treatments. And that's one treatment I've been doing for myself for the past 20 years.
Do you do treatments on yourself, Doc?
Syempre naman,
Yeah?
definitely.
Like, do you like it?
Well, you know, when I started, I would do...
Is that normal though?
Yes, I would do botulinum toxin injection for myself. I'll do my Jotox myself. But of course, because Z was in Singapore and there was no one to do it for me. But now that Z's around, so I don't have to do it for myself. And I have a lot of doctors and nurses now in the clinic who can help me. Because before I was just working on my own. I was the only doctor and I only had my assistants. But now I have a team of doctors now. And yeah, so we do each other's faces.
I totally get that, Doc. Sometimes I also just practice by myself in the podcast.
Diba?
I'm talking to myself.
I know.
No,
So,
but-
yeah. And it's important for me to try the treatments because I can't recommend a treatment I have not tried.
What do you think is the most underrated glow up procedure?
You know, honestly, I always tell my patients that they should not neglect their neck and their hands.
Okay, talk to me about that because I actually recently tried this treatment in your clinic and I loved it.
I know a lot of times people are focused on their faces, but they don't understand that the neck is a giveaway. So you can have a very tight face, but if your neck is crepey and loose, they can actually tell your age. And if your hands are also crepey and dry and dehydrated, it also gives your
Because
age.
age
Shows
on your hands and, your neck.
And it's one of the most neglected area of treatment. That's why now actually I've been focusing and talking about treatments for the neck. Like what we did for you, we did the bionutrition, we do hybrid treatments for the neck. What we want is to build collagen or collagen banking because we want to make sure that patients are equally paying attention to their face, to their neck, and to their hands. But it should be overall.
I look 40.
Diba? Sometimes with the hands you can tell.
28.
Yeah, so it's better to start early. Don't wait until it's too late.
Doc, what about for someone who can't really afford beauty products or pangarap nila pumunta sa Aivee Clinic and they can't do the treatments that that they want to? What is a simple skincare technique that you can advise them?
You know, I always tell patients, hindi naman kailangan talaga always treatments eh. I think the most important thing is to start with a good skincare. And that's something you can do at home. And that's something more affordable. And you can do it anywhere. You know, we have patients from all over the world and they can't come to the clinic. So I keep reminding them the importance of skincare. And for me, one of the most important skin protection that we should do is really sunscreen.
Ooh.
Right? We should not go home, leave our home without sunscreen.
Why is it so important to use sunscreen?
Because first of all, we live in the Philippines and, we're always under the sun and the aging is really accelerated by sun exposure. And if you don't protect our skin, later on, you'll have crepey, pigmented skin, very, very dry, dehydrated, and also very textured skin. And I feel that everything starts from good skin, and prevention is really very important. It's not only sunscreen. Of course, you have to hydrate yourself. You have to make sure that you use some good moisturizer. And also, of course, kailangan talaga you try to keep as healthy as possible because whatever you put in your body will be seen in your skin. it will
That
be
is
reflected, diba?
that is so true, Doc.
Right? So,
I believe
skin
in that.
is our biggest organ of our body. So, whatever you do, lalabas yan sa skin mo. Stress also, when you're stressed, it shows in the skin. Everything, when you drink, when you stay up late, makikita mo lahat ng mga chismis, lalabas yan lahat sa skin.
Totoo.
Totoo
Like when I'm
yan.
stressed, I get like breakouts,
True.
right? Okay, Doc, this is a weird, not naman a weird question, but like I have been getting, like feedback, or one of my biggest feedback or bash online is that I really look different from before. So I kind of want to come clean and, go to you. And can you tell them or like inform them what I had done to my face?
Kylie, funny. I saw this video.
Oh my
Remember,
God,
there's
so
this
many
doctor.
videos.
Remember, there's this doctor who was analyzing your face.
Yeah.
And then she was saying, I think Kylie did this, did that, did this.
She got it wrong, though.
I know, and she got it wrong.
She got it wrong.
And she was
Tell
wrong.
them, Doc.
Tell me what I can say. Guys, there's such a thing as patient-doctor confidentiality. And that's
Okay.
something I value so much. And that's very important to me. I feel that it's my responsibility to make sure that my patients are comfortable to talk about their treatments. That's why I have to ask you,
Okay.
what can I talk about? What can we talk about? I have to make sure you're comfortable.
I'll start.
Yes,
but like
please.
I have tried Botox.
Yes.
I've tried some filler, unlike my lip. I love the what do you call this? The skin boosters.
Yes, skin boosters.
I think I've tried that once or twice. Ulthera.
Yes.
Haifu.
I think, Kylie, one of the things that really very interested with is, did you have your lips done? I think that's one of the most common
You
questions.
know that is so true,
right?
Doc.
They're always your lips and your nose. They're asking.
But I did.
Exactly.
Lips,
so I
yes.
think let's tell them.
You
Let's
know,
tell
lips,
them the truth.
yes.
So Kylie did not have her nose done. This is
No,
natural.
guys, this is natural.
This is hers. This is genetic. Lips, we just enhance it a little bit, right? And I think the reason why people are saying that is because maybe because you've lost a lot of weight. That's why.
Or also, Doc, I also use lots of like filters on
Yes.
TikTok.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, but definitely we did enhance her lips, but we didn't put so much.
Yes.
And we do it very, very strategically,
Yeah.
right? We want to make sure, at the end of the day, we want to make sure Kylie looks her best. And, I love what you said. You're half.
I'm half. I am half Filipina, half Aivee.
I know. And I think basing it from your old photos, I think what we achieve is really proportion and harmony and facial harmony. I think what we did is we made your face slimmer, longer, and more proportion. That's why everything looks good.
And also, Doc, I think people forget I lost a lot of weight, and that really changes the face drastically.
Yes,
Right?
I agree. I think we coupled but the most important thing, kasi a lot of people lose weight, Kylie, but they don't look as good as you. They look haggard. They look like, parang they look gaunt. Diba? What I love about it is because as you were losing weight, we were combining it with our treatments. That's why we were able to ensure that you look, even as you were losing weight, you were not looking tired, gaunt, and haggard. Diba? Parang fresh pa rin.
We are giving away our secrets, guys. Like, I am sharing with you guys my secrets.
I think really they're very, very not amused. I think they're very inspired by how you
Aw,
look right
thank
now. I
you.
mean, even for myself, Kylie, I mean, when I see you, I see your photos, I see your posts, I'm like, wow, Kylie really looks good. I mean, you look beautiful, and it's because it's totality. It's you're it's about the face, the body, and how you carry yourself, and how you've evolved as a woman. And I think that's what where everyone is inspired about, and I think it's about your healthy lifestyle as well.
I think so, Doc. And I, like the past years, I've surrounded myself with really good people, and I changed my environments a lot. And that really affects who you are, as a person.
And I can see your discipline, Kylie.
thank
You know, achieving this is not easy. It requires a lot of discipline and a lot of hard work. And I love the fact that you really know, and you're really very conscious about what you put into your body and how you take care of yourself. And even I am inspired. You
thank
work
you, Doc.
out, diba? You eat healthy. You go to the Aivee Clinic regularly. You're proactive. You maintain. And I think that that whole thing is really very inspiring, and that's what we should focus on, and not really focus on other things that, diba? The positive things, right?
Thank you, Doc. I think actually you also made me realize this, but I do a lot of things to just stay fit.
Yes, exactly. It
Or
doesn't come easy, right?
it doesn't come easy. I guess we just try to make it look as effortless as possible, but there's
That's
so
what I
much effort to put in. But I think it's become a lifestyle already for me. Like I go to the gym regularly, eat healthy.
And that's why I think the results are that's why the results are good, is because you are also very responsible in maintaining and making sure that you optimize yourself and you make the most out of
Thank you
yourself.
so much, Doc.
I love it. And actually, talaga, I'm really inspired by you
Thank you,
also.
Doc. Oh my God.
I want to be as fit as you. Diba? I beautify you, but I have to learn from you how to be fit. Just like that.
Doc, you're fit already.
I can be more fit like Kylie.
Doc, I see online. What if our facelifts are a thing now? We've been seeing like transformations of, Lindsay Lohan or Kris Jenner, and they look amazing in video. Is this possible here?
Well, yes,
Are they facelifts?
okay. Well, definitely I think it not everybody is admitting that they had a facelift.
Okay.
So but I think there are a lot of Hollywood actors and actresses that are doing facelifts now, and I think it's a thing now in the US. I think who was it that who admitted to doing a facelift? It was
Lindsay Lohan said it was like cucumber
she didn't
and
yeah
water.
she didn't admit, right? Yeah. So I feel that definitely now there's a lot of interest in facelifts, and if you actually go through social media, I think in China they're doing facelifts like 100 people all at the same time, and they go out with all their plastered faces and all their
But who is it for?
I think, but we have to understand that facelift is actually something that we have to do when the age or the time is right. I mean, we cannot do facelift at such a young age because the results will not be so natural. And also, I think in general, Asians don't age as much as Caucasians. So if you actually, the need for facelift is not as popular here as it is in the Western world. I feel that because a lot of people and Asians are into prejuvenation or preventing that or doing treatments before actually the aging process kicks in, the need for facelift is not as needed here as it is in other countries. But again, of course, we still have patients who come from overseas who come to the Philippines and they just want a one-time treatment. And it's important for us to really manage the expectations. If patients just want to look fresh, rejuvenated, you don't need a facelift. But of course, if your face is really sagging, you dropped a lot of weight, and you want to really a total lift and your expectations are high, of course, there's nothing wrong with doing a facelift.
Okay. Doc, you mentioned about Asian beauty standards and
Yes.
Western beauty standards. Can you explain to me the difference and why are we in the good side of things? Just to put it out there.
Yes, I think Asians in general, when we're young, I mean, our skin is actually, we have more fat in our faces, we have more collagen, and we don't age as fast because we have melanin, a lot of melanin in our skin. While Caucasians, they have less melanin, they have a tendency to have less fat pads, and they have less
Do they
collagen.
get wrinkles quicker?
Yes, they're more prone to wrinkles, to fine lines. They're more prone to textural changes. They're more prone to losing fat and losing collagen. So the advantage of Asians is that we don't need as much work, and we look younger than our Western counterparts. Like, for example, a 40-year-old Asian woman looks younger than a 40-year-old Western woman. So I think, we always think that the Western beauty standard is better. Like
Better.
high noses,
But
white
it's
skin,
not.
big eyes, right? We always appreciate them more than ourselves. But I guess when you get older, you appreciate our genetics more because we don't age as fast. And that's good because we look young. And some of us don't need so much treatments because we don't we look we it could be effortless. We look young naturally without having to go through a lot of treatments.
Do you think it's also because we don't like staying under the sun?
Well, that's another thing. We don't have we don't sunbathe as much as they do. But also because we have melanin, and melanin protects us from the damaging effects of the sun as well.
Okay.
So we're protected more.
I'm happy to be Asian and I don't age so fast.
Yes, that's our advantage. So sometimes we're not gifted with with those white skin, those big eyes, those
Blonde hair, blue
blonde,
eyes,
I know,
dark.
blonde hair, those brown eyes or green eyes, but we have our own. So yeah, God is fair, right?
That is fair. Doc, do you think there's still a stigma around cosmetic procedures in the Philippines?
I would say that the stigma has declined
Okay.
significantly over the past few years because I think with the advent of social media and
Yes.
people being open about their treatments and people normalizing these treatments, people are much open and they're not scared anymore. But I would say there's still a group of, patients who are still scared and still skeptical. And I respect that. I think it will take some time before everybody will be very open. But I think there has been a big shift, definitely.
I am so happy to hear that. I really think also social media has, made things more accessible, and just because people document what they're going through, it makes it feel like, oh, okay, it's kind of okay doing it too. Doc, in a world where we're so beauty obsessed, what do you find beautiful?
Um, Kylie, um, we, as I said, no, when we're young, we always find that girl in the room with that nice nose, that pretty face, that 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 white skin girl, is always prettier than us. But as I got older, I realized that beauty is not just physical. I When I'm in a room, I find the most beautiful woman is a woman who is an achiever, a woman who's confident, a woman who has excelled in her field, a woman has made something out of her life, a woman who has made an impact in the lives of people. And I feel that that is most beautiful to me. And I'm really inspired by not only physical beauty, but really making a change in this world. And that's what I find most beautiful.
That is so beautiful. I
Oh.
love that answer. How do you find peace in a culture that is so beauty obsessed?
Um,
Like where do you decompress,
um, you know, I understand why the world is so beauty obsessed because, beauty is power. I mean, um, but there's so much power not just being beautiful, but by being compassionate, by being kind, by being thoughtful. Um, there's so much beauty all around, and I feel that we should not focus just on physical beauty, on material things. That's why I find peace in the simple things or the simple
Hmm.
joys. I find peace in being with my family because it's so authentic. It's simple. It's not based on superficial things. I find peace in good relationships, in good friendships. I find peace in a beautiful marriage. I find peace in having God and focusing on God and being appreciative of what God has given us. So I find peace in simple things, not necessarily what the world and material things have to offer.
I find that so beautiful and I can totally relate, Doc. Like
Diba?
now my life is just about like simplifying things.
Agree,
It's
agree.
less clutter, the less things you see. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like nice things,
Yeah, of course.
But like I just want things to be as simple as possible.
And also, sometimes it's also important for us to really know what matters in life and to always go back to our roots. For me, importante yun that we never forget where we started, which is really our family and the people who've been with us for the years. So I value loyalty, I value friendship, I value people who are true and real. And these are things that money can't buy. And I appreciate that I have friends like you who's been with us and who's been a friend all these years. And no matter what happens, I know that we have each other and that we always have something to go back to. And the relationship we built through the years and the memories we've shared, those are important to me.
I find that so touching, Doc. But I really believe it's relationships and our social circle that make us the truly like the happiest.
Oo, 'di ba? Parang
Yeah.
sometimes it's important. Sometimes nga they say, 'di ba, you have to keep a small circle lang of
Yes.
friends. You don't need so many friends. I mean, you may have
I
many
totally believe that.
acquaintances, diba? But you have to be with people who believe in you and who will empower you, diba? And who will not put you down or will be happy for your success.
Yes.
Right? So it's really about choices in life. And we have to make the right choices.
That is true, Doc. You spoke about having a good marriage and a happy family. I just want to talk about, and something I find so intriguing is that you are together with Dr. Z, like 24/7, from the moment you wake up to breakfast.
He's here today also.
He's also here today
But actually, I asked him to come and join me.
to work. How do you stay, like, do you ever have arguments and how do you deal with that? Because if I'm together with my partner, Doc, we would like strangle each other in the middle of the day. Like, we need space. Like, talk to me. How is that work dynamic?
I know. I think a lot of people are asking us
The same.
how it's gonna work because we were just talking to this couple. They say, if we're together like you, at work and at home, we'll kill each other. So how do you do it? You know what? I really don't have a perfect answer for that, but I feel that, it's important because your marriage is based not just on love but friendship. You actually have to like being together and you have to enjoy being together. And I think that's the secret, is because we just love doing things together. We love building things together, creating things together. We feel that without each other, we're not a whole
Complete.
person. Yes, we're not complete. So I think it's all about partnership, teamwork, and supporting each other. And I think we really have a good friendship talaga. We just enjoy being together. And siguro important rin in life is you have shared values.
Shared values.
Shared
Goals, Doc?
yes, goals in life. Kaya we're actually walking in the same direction and we understand each other completely. It's not always naman a bed of roses, Kylie. I wouldn't say naman na it's perfect. I don't think any marriage is perfect. We have good days, we have bad days. There are days I also want to kill him. And there are days he also wants to kill me, I feel. He just doesn't tell me. There are days when you're just irritated with each other. I think it's normal. I think a marriage is a work in progress. There's no perfect marriage, but it's really how you make everything work and how you compromise. And it's really about communication. And it's really about, I think at the end of the day, you have to really understand each other. And you have to talk talaga. When things go out of hand, me and Z would sit down and we will just talk and let's say, let's fix this. You have to be mature kasi in your relationship. Hindi pwedeng bratty.
Sometimes that's the hardest thing, like sitting down, and I'm like not the most confrontational person, but he would sit me down and be like, let's fix this.
True.
I'm like, fine.
And I think humility is also important.
Oh, that is
Right.
very, very
We
important.
have to learn to say sorry when we're wrong, even if we think we're always right. Right,
It's not
Kylie?
in my vocabulary. That is so true. Saying sorry is so important.
And we should not blame each other. I think that's important because I think when we start blaming each other, that's when we start to get, we sort of get irritated with each other and we start developing hate in the relationship. Right?
I think communication is so important. I want to know, let's say in work, because like I want to work with my partner a lot, but like
Aren't you guys
we
working
do,
together
we do, but
na?
we realize like we have to have like separate departments, so that they don't overlap, or else we're gonna like. Is it the same with you?
Yes, I think me and Z understand ano yung strengths namin and our
Okay.
weaknesses. So we actually say, okay, this is your strength. Can you handle it? Or, I'm not so good at this. Can you handle this?
Okay, so it's knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and
And then we understand na because we're both type A personalities, we're very opinionated, right? So we have our different opinions, but we've learned through the years that the best solution is when we actually compromise. So we listen to each
Oh.
other's opinion and then we come up with a solution that we both agree on. And then that works for us.
I like this word, compromise.
Yes. Yes. That's something you have to learn, Kylie.
That's so true. I
Right?
kind of want things my way.
Yes,
But
yes. Well, I know. I mean,
I will learn.
yes,
I will learn.
yes, yes. I think it's really about working on it and working on your making sure that you work together as a team. Kailangan it cannot be you against me. It has to be you and I against others or against the world. Di ba? Parang you and me against the world.
I know
Kailangan
that
ganun yung
that's
drama
what
natin.
exactly. No, that's what he tells me. Parang we're a team now. I'm like,
Yes, we're
we're
one
a team now. You cannot work alone.
Yes.
You need to. We're a team now.
Yes.
You know.
And there's no such thing as we're separate. And separation is not an option. Not because we because a marriage is not always a bed of roses. It's not always like your kilig, 'di ba?
Yeah,
Hindi
that's
naman
so
palaging
true.
parang meron kang butterflies in your
Roses.
stomach. 'Di ba? So
I'm not
kailangan
even married, but I'm engaged.
Yes, I know. Congratulations. I saw that in social media.
Thank you, Doc.
And we're so
Soon
excited.
also. I think
Soon.
you guys were like one of the first people I told.
Oh, yeah, but we didn't tell anyone.
Yes.
Of course, it was a secret, but now it's out in the open, and I'm so happy for the next chapter of your
Me
life.
too, Doc.
And if you need advice, we're
I
always
know.
here.
Speaking of advice, what
Yes.
is one advice you could give to married couples who want to work together, or even just like couples who want to work together?
It's not easy. I have to say, I have to be honest. It's not easy. It's not gonna be it's gonna be challenging to work with your husband because sometimes it's hard kasi minsan you forget that you're married. And when you're working together, you treat each other not as husband and wife, but as business partners.
Yes.
And you have to be super blunt and honest or brutally honest to each other, which you shouldn't be sometimes when you're married. You have to be careful what you say. You have to protect their ego, diba? So it's hard. It's not easy. My advice is, you learn everything along the way. There's no secret formula. You have to see what works for you. But ang importante talaga at the end of the day is always remember you're a team, right? You always have to be together and you have to make decisions together. Hindi pwedeng you are differing in opinion or different decisions. Kailangan you stick by it together as a team.
I totally agree with that, and I love what you just said, Doc. Talk to me about kids. What do you want them to learn from what you're building?
Sometimes teaching kids is not by telling them. Sometimes you can't
Oh,
overfeed them with,
yeah,
diba? I think the best way to teach your kids is by example.
Example?
And that's why I show them, me and C show them the values of hard work, of discipline, of waking up every day, showing up at work, even if you're tired, even if you're not in the mood, even if you're going through something. But showing up because you have to, and you have to take accountability seriously. And I also want to teach them the value of integrity also. Diba? Never compromising on your values for the sake of getting what you want, and no shortcuts. And
I love that.
compassion. That's why I bring them to my Aivee Beyond Borders or Beauty Beyond Borders.
Yes.
You've been there. You've seen it. I bring my kids because I want them to know that you have to make a difference in the world. And success is not just for yourself. It's to share with others and making an impact in the world.
So I've been to one or two of your Aivee
Yes,
Beyond
thank
Borders, and I
you.
absolutely loved it. So can you tell us about this medical mission that you have and that you keep on doing?
Yes. Kylie, kasi, of course, in aesthetic dermatology, we're confined in the four walls of our clinic, diba? Of course, we're confined to a
A
certain
beautiful
group.
clinic.
Yes, beautiful clinic, beautiful people who can afford your services. But, there's a big community out there who needs medical dermatological services, but they're not being attended to because they don't have access to it. And so instead of them going to us, we go to them. We go to the barangays. We give them free treatments. We give them free medications.
I see you also did like surgery.
Yes, definitely
On them.
surgery. It's really life-changing. They have all these big bucols that they have not treated for years, and it's affecting their work, affecting their lives. And we can treat it instantly. The smiles on their faces, the changes that we're making. It's really something that, it's so fulfilling as a doctor, as a person. And I feel that it's our way of giving back to others as well. And that's important. Diba? Hindi naman pwede puro lang for ourselves.
That's true, Doc.
Right.
And no, I really love the environment that you built, and I love that I saw like the surgery up close. I don't really like seeing the
I
needles and
know.
the blood, but Doctor was like, "Come here, Kylie. Look, look." I'm like, "Doc, I don't want to look." No, no, no. Come, come, come.
I know. I mean it's I'm so happy because it started very small and now a lot of our team members are part of it, our doctors, our surgeons, and I'm happy that they also have the same mindset, the same values that we have, and we're empowering other people to help others as well.
I love that, Doc.
Yeah. There.
Okay, just a few more questions before we end the podcast.
Grabe, ang bilis
I
naman.
know,
Parang
it's been an
nagkukwentuhan lang
hour na,
talaga.
di ba?
Oh
Hindi
my
mo
gosh, hindi ko
ma-feel.
na-feel.
Hindi mo ma-feel,
Yeah,
Doc.
you're so nice.
I
It's
know,
so
it's
nice to
fun
chat
lang.
with you.
Thank you, Doc. Okay, so just to go back to like anti-aging and skincare truth, because we asked people on our socials, like, what are the common questions you want to ask? So they asked, like, what actually works for anti-aging? Is it just marketing?
You know, anti-aging really works. But
Okay.
it's important that you do treatments that are backed by science, treatments that are evidence based, and treatments that really works. That's why you see me and Z are always out there.
Oh, you know what?
Right.
Talk to me about that because Dr. Ivy and Dr. Z are always traveling, but not because of what you think, but they always go to conferences. How important is it for someone to keep on evolving and learning?
You know, Kylie, we just came back actually 2 days
Yesterday.
ago. Yes, yesterday, actually, yesterday from Spain, and we did a master class on injectables, and I like this phrase that Dr. Nabil, the plastic surgeon, told us that in the road of education, there's no finish line. It's just a high level of mastery. I feel that in our field, as dermatologists, we always have to discover what's out there because we have to make sure that we give our patients the best treatments, and the treatments that we give them are not just a flash in the pan. It's not just a trend. It's something that we can give results. Because at the end of the day, we don't want our patients to just come one time. We want them to come back. And to be able to do that, we have to give results. And the difference between being a doctor and just being a businessman or a businesswoman is it's not all about money. It's about delivering results. It's about being responsible and make sure that you give the right and appropriate treatment for your patients. And you have to be good at what you do. You have to be skilled. You have to be an expert in what you do because they trust you with their faces, and you have to make sure that you're trustworthy and that you're giving them the best that you can possibly offer.
That's so nice. And I totally believe in that, Doc. And you always need to like keep on the lookout for the next new
Nako.
thing
And
and treatment.
that's why that's why parang wala kaming pahinga kasi we're always, I don't say pressured, but we always feel responsible na to make sure that the Aivee Clinic is equipped with the latest treatments that's available overseas, if not the first, to be the pioneers, or we want to be globally competitive as well. I mean, we don't want our patients to go all the way to Korea or to
Yes.
other countries because we don't have the treatments here. We also want to make sure that the Philippines is known as a beauty capital. Sana, hopefully, also as one of the, not the, but one of the. Sana we can compete with our neighboring countries like Bangkok, Korea, and the Middle East and Europe. And I'm so happy because, you know, we get patients from overseas and they tell us, you know, Doctora, we don't have this in France. We don't have this in this part of the US. We don't have this in our country. You're more advanced here. So, you know, it gives us so much pride and joy that we can contribute to medical tourism also, and that the Aivee Clinic and the Philippines is globally competitive in the beauty industry.
I'm so happy for that, Doc. And speaking of new treatments, can you give us a glimpse of what we can look forward to this 2026? Are there any new treatments that you guys are bringing over? Like, what can we expect? What are the new beauty trends that we can expect?
Well, you know, Kylie, we're so excited because, well, aside from the Aivee Clinic, we also opened the Aivee Test, which is about longevity, anti-aging,
Oh.
and wellness, right? So that trend now is not only beautifying yourself
Like
from
peptides, Doc?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's about treating the patients at the cellular level already.
Wow. I am
Diba?
so into this.
Yeah, so we're talking about peptides. So peptides are important because they're like amino acids and they help us with a lot of things from immunity to anti-aging to insomnia. beauty as well. So we have different types of peptides that you can inject on yourself, and this is actually very good for vitality. It serves a lot of functions, and there's a big trend on peptides, and now we have these pretty peptides also for
You
beautification.
know, Doc, I'm on NAD.
Yes. Then we have NAD plus.
Yeah.
Have you tried NAD
I
plus?
did, but like we inject it
Yes, yes.
because I find the drips a bit long.
Yes,
you
you're right.
know?
Yes. So NAD is another treatment, NAD plus, that works on the cellular level. So you're targeting the mitochondria, or parang yung battery ng cells natin.
Yes.
So you're causing tissue repair, anti-inflammation, and vitality and energy. So ang daming treatments that focuses now on the cellular level. That's why I'm so excited kasi ang daming bago. And there's a lot of new beauty trends like PDRN also. They're also targeting the cellular level because they're salmon sperm, diba? From the salmon sperm DNA. So they're taken from, the DNA fragments are taken from the salmon sperm. So they're actually good for tissue healing, for wound healing, for skin quality, for collagen formation. Ang dami, Kylie. It's so exciting.
Grabe. I think that space is like booming already. Health and longevity. So it's not just beauty anymore, physical, but now it's gonna go to the cellular level.
Yes, they work hand in hand eh.
Okay,
Hindi mo
I
sila
am
pwedeng
excited in
paghiwalayin.
this.
Yes.
That is true. Like, ano naman, what if maganda ka naman, hindi ka naman healthy?
Agree. So it's important not only to add years to your life, but adding life to your years, diba?
Oh, I like that.
Mga quotable quotes.
Quotable quotes.
Yeah, that's our goal for Evitas.
Okay, Doc, we are on to our last segment.
Ay, grabe, last
I
na.
know, diba? Hindi mo ma-feel. But this is called This or That. So
Okay.
it's usual questions of just like one or two, and then give me an explanation of why you chose this. Okay, so these are just basic questions. Glow up or age gracefully?
Age grace. Well, age gracefully doesn't mean necessarily not doing anything, right?
You know what? I like that. Aging gracefully doesn't mean necessarily not doing anything.
Right? So, yeah, for me, age gracefully intentionally. Oh, pwede ba
I
yun?
love, tama. Pwedeng, pwede.
Tama ba?
Pwedeng,
Okay.
pwede. Lasers or skincare?
Well, grabe naman. They
I
work
know,
hand in
parang
hand, di
mahirap
ba?
yung questions.
But they're both important.
You made the questions.
They're both important. But lasers kasi, you have to go to the clinic to do it. So skincare kasi it's for everybody. Whether you
Okay.
go to the clinic
Okay.
or not, you go to your dermatologist, skincare can be done anywhere, anytime. Right? So skincare.
What is the most overhyped treatment right now?
Overhyped. I think for me, it's not really about overhyped. I think it's about exaggerating results. Alam mo, yung nakikita mo sa social media, parang imposible naman yata yan. Parang hindi pwede. You know, yung
Okay.
parang biglang one treatment nag-transform ka agad yung isang tao. I think we have to be responsible na hindi natin i-exaggerate yung results. We have to be realistic with the results. Kasi when they come to us, akala nila, we're magicians, kaya namin i-produce yung results na yon. So we have to be responsible in making sure that the results we show are realistic.
Okay,
Right?
that is true. Truth and work. Trends in and trends out. What is one trend you wish would die?
I think yung overfilled syndrome.
Oh, you know what?
Yung, di ba? Yung parang gawang-gawa.
Yes. You know what, Doc? I melted my filler in my lip, I think once or twice. Is that is that good to do?
Yeah, you know what? The good thing about beautification is you have to make sure that you do treatments that are not permanent, reversible. So you have a choice. You know, sometimes you're in the mood for this, but after a while you realize hindi ko na to aesthetic. So at least you have a choice, right?
Yeah, I love that it's not permanent.
Permanent, exactly. That's why one of the things that we should avoid is doing anything permanent because it's not reversible anymore, right?
Okay. What is one common beauty myth that makes you want to scream?
Beauty myth that I want to scream. Beauty myth. You know, my patients tell me, Doctor, I don't even want to start my treatments kasi when I stop, I'm gonna sag. I don't want to even do injections kasi when I don't do it anymore, my face will drop. So parang, of course not. That's not true. When you invest in yourself, you're gonna get better and there's long-term results. So even if you stop, it's okay, right? It's not gonna get worse.
Or sometimes maybe, Doc, they want like an instant big change right away, but they don't know that subtle beauty or subtle change is better.
Agree. Hindi pwedeng one time, big time.
Yeah.
lang. Or Kailangan, or maybe when they expect me to be a magician and I can transform them to
I want
look
to
like
look
this
like
person.
Angelina
Exactly.
Jolie.
And it's
Today.
possible. Yes.
Today, Doc. Like,
It's
pag
like,
labas ko ng clinic, kamukha ko na
I
siya.
know, parang mahuhulog yata yung hair ko. Parang, guys, yung hirap. No, the pressure to give the results that are unrealistic.
Filipino beauty standards, better or worse than before?
I think better. I would say better.
You know, okay. How do you think it's changed over the past years?
You know, I feel that we're embracing our own identity
Yes.
right now. Diba? Dati kasi we want to have whiter skin.
Yes.
Diba? We want to have the big Caucasian eyes. Diba now in ang
Morena.
Asian look, Morena Asian look, it's so in.
Ako nga,
Right?
Doc, gusto ko magpatan.
Oh, see? Diba?
Yeah, hindi ako tan now, but like, I fake tan.
Oh, see? So we're embracing our own identity. We're loving ourselves and we're appreciating our unique beauty.
Doc, what is the procedure everyone gets done but no one admits to?
I would still say Botox.
Botox, no?
I think everybody has Botox, but they don't want to say it.
Does everyone in Hollywood or in showbiz, do you think they
I
have
think
like
a lot,
stuff done?
unless they're very young. But I
Okay.
think, yes, I would have to say a majority of people, whether it's showbiz or everywhere, has had Botox done, but they just don't want to admit. Kasi it looks so natural now.
Yeah.
Hindi na siya yung frozen look na, ay, nagpa-Botox, ay, halatang halata. Now it's like, you have it, but no one knows. Right?
What is the best thing someone can do for their skin that costs nothing?
For me, sunscreen. I mean, not that it doesn't cost anything, but it's very affordable and very reasonable. So, sunscreen pa rin for me.
I like that. Doc, we are about to end, but before we end, I just want to know, like, you've achieved so much already. You have such a wonderful and beautiful family, a good marriage. You have all these clinics. You're going into longevity, which I'm so excited for. What do you think is next for you? What are your next goals and dreams?
You know, Kylie, I just want to keep going. I feel that I don't want to think that I've done everything I want to do. I feel that I'm just starting to do what I want to do. There's still a lot I want to do in life, and I just don't want to stop. I just want to keep going and optimizing what I can do and what I can contribute. Definitely will be opening more clinics in the next this year, the next few months. So next month we're opening the Aivee Clinic Makati.
Oh.
Yes. And we're opening
Another one. So
another one,
close.
and by end of the year we're opening the Aivee Clinic Opus, and we're opening a new clinic, our first clinic outside of Metro Manila, which is Aivee Clinic Pampanga. Hopefully end of the year. So yeah, there's a lot in store, and of course we just opened Evitas, which is longevity. We love to be able to expand not only our services in the clinic, but expanding our services to other the needs of our patients. So that's exciting. I wanna also reach out to more people through Aivee Skin, because if they cannot come to the clinic, at least with the Aivee Skin, they can.
You know, I tried that, Doc.
Yes.
I think you gave me some products for a can, and I loved it.
Talaga?
The what do you call this? The texture was so lightweight,
Oh.
and because some of the moisturizers they give me are like heavy, and this one was just so lightweight.
Yeah. So we want to make, I'm so excited about Aivee Skin because I'm making skincare fit for Asian skin and for the Asian needs and for the Filipino skin. So, and I'm able to reach out to more people because not everyone can come to the clinic. So at least they can have a piece of Aivee through Aivee Skin. And I'm also starting my own Aivee makeup line.
Oh wow!
Which I'm so excited about. Yeah, we launch our blush, and also we're launching our lip shade by Aivee. So I'm excited kasi it's really everything's intertwined and from skincare, makeup, and the possibilities are endless. And I don't want to stop myself. I don't want to limit myself. I want to think that there's so much we can do as long as we work hard and we try our very best, and we just maximize what we can do, and we just do it. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid to try. I mean, what's the worst you can do is fail. So what, right?
Exactly. The biggest risk you can take is not taking the risk at all.
Agree. I love that. That's so right.
But Doc, I learned so much from our conversation. You are so inspiring. I love that you move from one goalpost to another. Like you don't just stop there, even though you've already reached like a pinnacle of what people dream of already,
Oh.
and you keep on moving. So I really liked this conversation we had, and I really think our viewers will learn so much, even from the beginners to the intermediate to the ones who regularly get stuff done. So I really enjoyed this conversation, Doc. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
Thanks, Kylie, for, just um, being part of this, of what you're doing. I'm so honored to be invited. And it's my first podcast, and you made it so easy and comfortable for
Thank
me.
you. That is my goal. I just want you to shine. I just want my
Oh.
guests to shine.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I was nervous in the beginning, but you just made everything so easy for me. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you, Doc.
not just being a friend, but being an inspiration to me as well. And I look forward to what else you'll be doing in the next few months. And I'm so looking forward to the next chapter for your life. And know that I'm just here, and I can always you can always count on me for anything.
Aw, thank you so much,
Thank
Doc.
you. And to everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast.
Yes, and please, where can we follow you? Where can we follow Aivee?
Yes, of course, my social media is Dr. Aivee on Instagram, and we have the Aivee Clinic on Instagram as well. I'm also on TikTok, and we have a YouTube channel na hindi masyadong active, but nevertheless, I always feel that we get connected to people through social media. And the power of social media is important. And, this is not easy. What you do is not easy, but I can see why you're so inspired is because you're making a change and an impact
Aw.
in whatever you're doing, and I love it.
Thank you so much, Doc. I really, really enjoyed this.
Thanks,
podcast.
Kylie.
Thank you,
I'll
Doc.
see you again.
I'll see you very, very soon. Tomorrow.
I know. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yay. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
Ay, grabe. Thanks, Kylie.
Thank you, Doc. That was so
Parang
fun.
hindi ko naramdaman.